Hello, Fabulous Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of July 2017, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What a big month it is. There's a lot going on in the sky. And the thing is, there's so much activity happening in the first part of the month, but it's happening in a particularly quiet part of your sky. You add to this the precursor to eclipse season, which is coming up next month. And well, even though on the surface it may not look like a whole lot is going on within you, there is a lot that is changing. And the changes are going to show up in a very big way in the month of August. Now, of course, I'll be here to talk about it then. But suffice it to say, yes, August, a lot of things externally are going to start to look different. But right now, in this month, is when the changes really do start. They really start to take root. We've got this month, in the early part of the month, a full moon. Now, this is a very active full moon, hand in hand with Pluto, standing across the Sun and Mars. This represents some very strong emotions coming up for a whole lot of people out there. And for you in particular, there's going to be this very visceral, very acute understanding of what it is that has served its purpose. Now, part of this is going to be, very possibly, through seeing something within yourself that you're not crazy about, that you really don't like. And this could be mental thought patterns, this could be behaviors, but in some way you demonstrate something that you wish were different, that you feel doesn't really represent you. Now, this is important because you are about to be redefined and you are about to start new chapters of all kinds. Again, once we get into next month. But this is about identifying, and this is about knowing on a very deep soul level what has served its purpose. And for some out there, these emotions that are going to be stirred, if, of all the signs out there, you certainly are one, where that stirring of the pot is going to be particularly profound. Some very strong emotions showing up for you. And this really is about awareness. This is about looking at yourself more deeply. And this is about consciously choosing what direction it is that you're meant to go. Now, the answers may not be there right away. And sometimes that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the identifying that something's got to change, that what that change is actually going to be for you is able to then start showing up. So allow yourself to be with your feelings. Allow yourself to have lots of private time. You will need that. Allow yourself to diligently work, whether it's on a project, whether it's at the office, whether it's with clients. Allow yourself to actually focus in on doing what it is that's in front of you to do, to take it one step at a time, because that ultimately is going to be the way that some strong emotions are going to be more fully understood. You resolve a lot of that full moon energy, a lot of that rebirth energy. You truly find the empowerment in it by going to Mars. And Mars right now, moving through a part of the sky, that has to do with work. It has to do with health as well. Now, where it is that you are not aware of something that you're doing that actually is not good for you to keep doing, this is where the awareness will start to be stirred. You will need lots of rest as well. Chances are your dreams are going to be particularly vivid, so make sure you're documenting them, because some of them, I have a feeling as I look at the sky, that will be very hard to shake. It's like the images will be very vivid. The truth within them will be very transparent and will leave an impression. And so yes, keep your dream journal, and however it is that you seek to understand yourself better through your dreams, that would be really good practice to either continue or to take up again at this time. This part of the sky also has to do with secrets and stuff that you're not aware of. Now, the stuff that you're not aware of tends to come out, and especially with a full moon like this, it will. This could play out in your own life. Like, you know, what really you had no idea is now presented to you. Now, how much of it is really going to be about you or not? Well, that's up to you to decide. But I do think that some of the things that come forward now, some of the new ways that you see yourself, are really ultimately going to be very empowering to you. So that's where you want to keep your focus. This part of the sky can also have to do with like karma, particularly good karma. I like to see it as that. But because of the intensity, some of that good karma might have to come about through circumstances that first get you very in touch with very strong emotions and strong passions. This energy is also one of experiencing a sense of awareness, like part of that, what you didn't know before, now you know, is about seeing yourself and seeing what you're really doing to yourself. So this part of the sky sometimes has to do with like self-sabotage, ways that you get in your own way. But once you see it clearly, it can be tremendously empowering, because it is that perception. It is being able to see what you're actually doing and how that empowers you or not, that allows you to then consciously make changes that do end up being tremendously empowering. So we've got that part of it, this full moon in the early part of the month, but really it is, as we move into the second part of the month, the new moon that happens, that really is going to start to be a part of stepping into the energy of eclipse season. We're not quite there yet. The eclipses will happen in August, but this is the precursor. And so we've prepared the groundwork with the full moon in the early part of the month. And now we move to that precursor, which is a new moon in your opposite sign. Now the eclipse that will happen next month, the solar eclipse, will also be in your opposite sign. So it's very rare to have two new moons per year in the same sign as we have now. One being a solar eclipse, which is a new moon, but as I like to say, a jacked up new moon. So this is going to be sort of like a new moon times 25. And new moons generally bring new opportunities, fresh energy, and allow you to plant seeds, allow you to see, in particular when it's a new moon in your opposite sign, where it is that you could begin again, whether that is in the context of an established bond or whether that is with someone new. A new moon in your opposite sign certainly does bring someone new so that you can understand yourself more clearly as a new person is presented into your life, or a new situation with your partner is presented into your life. But again, this is at the very beginning of its sign. It's a precursor to the bigger changes coming up next month. So it's really important to stay aware, because a lot of this new moon is going to be energetic. It's going to be intuitive. It's going to be an awareness of which way your life and karma is actually taking you, which way your heart is actually going. And then things really start to come much more together and start to become much more evident once we get it into next month. I feel with this new moon, it's like you get the intuition of which way things are going, and then we have that lunar eclipse next month, which is really going to help you to make some very deep and meaningful changes. Again, I'll be here to talk about it then, but it's almost like this shows you the way, and then you need to make even deeper changes, and then love can truly start to take root and start to begin. So if you are in an established bond, this is going to tell you something about the direction of this love and what this love actually means to you, and if this is something you want to continue or not, if this is something you're meant to continue or not. If you're not ready to make those sweeping changes just yet, it's okay. Don't judge yourself for it. But this is the beginning. And if you listen to your life and to yourself, you're seeing your answers. It's pretty clear. And for those of you who are open to meeting someone new, this is where someone new could present themselves. Things might not take off right away. It might not be that big an event with the new person that presents themselves to you now, but things will take off much more fully as we get into August. What I love about this month for you is that in many ways it is the beginning. It is the start. And in many ways it's also the ending. It's understanding what it is that has served its purpose. That knowledge, that clarity, and that distinction empowers you, and it lightens your load. It allows you to fully embrace the very promising and exciting future up ahead. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video just like this each week by logging on to astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com and signing up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get exclusive expanded video scopes each and every week at astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Thank you so much for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.